So have you ever heard of the word dog coded? Well, this guy his video is going all over Twitter right now. He has white fluffy ears and long curly hair, and the ears have like little earrings out of them, and he's wearing a dog collar. He obviously is looking very feminine, but it's still clearly a man. He identifies as a female trans puppy. And the video is insane, but it's clear that he's created this reality in which he demands all of his friends abide by his little social cues. He calls them being dog-coded. So he'll say things to his friends like, "Oh, do you scare away a squirrel or a bird? That's dog-coded. Oh, do you hate high-pitched noises? That's dog-coded. No, sir, it's literally just being called a human being." Whatever. So here's the video.
My friends a bit ago described me as dog-coded, which became like my favorite thing ever, and now I can't stop using it. Specifically, I love pointing out when my friends do something dog-coded. You scare a bird away? Dog-coded. You dig a big hole while we're at the beach? Dog-coded. Not the sun in my face, hold on. Or like, I collect bones, which is an extremely dog-coded hobby. I was telling one of my friends that I literally have a squirrel buried somewhere that I need to unbury for the bones, and they were like, you're literally a dog. Dog-coded is for the things a little less obvious than me wearing a collar and ears. Like, if you don't like high-pitched noises, dog-coded. I have a very dog-coded yawn, like I squeak. Taking yourself on a little walk when you're stressed is dog behavior. Clearly my objective in entering your friend group is to expose and convert all the puppies. I entered the chat and oops, we're all dogs. If you've ever had cheese by taking a bite straight from the block, that is dog-coded. I shave the sides of my hair short, so I call them my little puppy spots. If you're walking faster than your friend group and you look back over your shoulder and smile at them to make sure they're behind you still, dog-coded.
As you can see, the guy's obviously very self-absorbed, and he's eating out of a dog bowl with a spoon because he's got opposable thumbs, and he can do that unlike an actual dog because he's human. Anyway, so he's sitting there and he's telling about all of these great things about being dog-coded and how all of his friends are aligning, and he just loves to open up everybody's viewpoints on what it means to be a trans puppy and how he's female and all of these things. And then here's the kicker. He says the quiet part out loud. He says, "Clearly, my objective when I enter your friend group is to expose and convert all the puppies. They want to make more of themselves." That's exactly what this is all about. He says, "Clearly, my objective when I enter your friend group is to expose and convert all the puppies." Like, he wants to go in, he wants to take your mentally ill friends, the ones that are self-conscious about themselves, the ones that are feeling bad about themselves, and he wants to turn them into, another one of him. Because no one can be happy in this ideology. They all have to be miserable. All right, next one is Sam Smith performing in Seoul, Korea. I hate to even bring attention to Sam Smith because he's such a waste of a cause and such a lost man. But his shows in Korea and other places are being performed in venues that don't have an 18 or plus option for children. So children are definitely allowed to go into. And he's standing on stage with, of course, like everybody has seen the X nipple pasties, and he's like completely bare-chested. He's got these black bedazzled underwear on with these fishnet stockings, and he's just gyrating all of to me, it is honestly the most unappealing performance I have ever seen in my life. I don't even see how people can find this kind of stuff attractive if you are into it. It reeks of like demonic degeneracy. And when you think about it, like, children are allowed to be there, and yet we're allowing this to happen is such an insane part of our culture. We used to have common decency laws and like exposure laws that would prevent some of these kinds of things from happening around children, but it's just insanity. So anyways, look at him right now. There's nothing that is going to bring Sam Smith back into the middle of America now and be able to sell tickets to people who are living in the suburbs. How could someone want to go and take their children to something like that? It's insane. Okay, now moving on to the last thing. Libs of TikTok found a lecturer at the Asian American Studies program at the University of Maryland. And this guy, his name was Jim Doss, Gemdaus, Jim Doss. We need to find this guy. We need to make him famous because the reality is he was presenting a dildo to the class. He's supposed to be talking about Filipino history, and the class subject was Filipino history with regards to Asian American sexuality. And in it, he brings out this neon yellow dildo, and he goes, oh, it's 6.5 inches. That's about average size. Then he starts to go in about how a student came up to him after class and took the dildo and put his hand on it and shaped it around his hand and measured it. This is the degeneracy that we're teaching children. We really, this isn't children, obviously, these are college-age students, but it goes in line with the fact that what you thought your child was going to go in and learn more about their Filipino history, no, they're going to get neon dildos instead. That's where academia is right now. That's the level of what you get at somewhere like the University of Maryland. You get a neon yellow dildo and the guy explaining that 6.5 inches is average size. Embarrassing. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. All the show's notes can be found below. I'd love to hear from y'all, so please leave a comment while you're there. Make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you find us and check out my daily column at thedailycaller.com. Don't forget to join us next week for another exciting episode of Tradish with Mary Rook. You can find me on Twitter at MaryRook_. That's at MaryRooke_. See y'all next week.